Hi, this is Nate DiNiro with Open Affairs Television, and I'm sitting down today with John Weathersby, who's the Executive Director of the Open Source Software Institute. Thanks for sitting down with us today.
Thanks, Nate.
Yep. So tell us about the organization and what your mission is.
All right. I run an organization called the Open Source Software Institute. It was founded in 2000. Its mission is to promote the adoption of open source within federal, state, municipal government entities. Most of our efforts have been focused on within the Department of Defense, the intelligence community, and now with the Department of Homeland Security.
Mm-hmm. Terrific. Well, so I guess you're a trade organization. What?
We're set up as we are a nonprofit, but we're a 501c6. So it is it is more our mission, if you will, is to help identify and facilitate the adoption of open source as a viable business opportunity. So we work with industry partners and government partners and academic partners, and try to help facilitate more than just. I'm going to have to say something dirty right here, aren't I, so that I can start over? No, what we try to do is encourage businesses and on the other side of the equation, help the government understand that there's a lot of support and there are a lot of vendors and there are a lot of products. So open source is not just some random mashup.
Sure. So well, what kind of projects?
Some of the projects we're working on right now, we've got one with the Department of Homeland Security called the Homeland Open Security Technology Program, and it is a multi-year effort that we're working on a lot of standards in communicating processes. It has an intelligence and information assurance element where we're working with products like OpenSSL and helping it to get the appropriate validations that was required.
Federal, like FISMA?
It's kind of like FISMA, yeah. It's run by NIST. It's similar to Common Criteria.
Okay.
It's kind of the stepchild. Another one is one with the Department of Defense. It's called the Corporate Management Information System, or Open Source Corporate Management Information System. And with that project, some people within DoD had developed a federal workflow management program. And since they're federal employees that developed it, the code base became public domain. And the DoD discovered a way or receptive to taking the information and sharing it with us and working with us to change it enough to apply copyright to it. So they gave us the code with the agreement that we would put it under an open source license and then distribute it back to the government. So it was a unique way of protecting public information or IP through the open source model. And it's distributed under an open source license throughout DoD, throughout all government, and even outside. So it was a kind of a neat twist.
Now, I'm really familiar with the Vista project.
Yeah.
And I know that's, there's some people who say that Vista isn't necessarily applicable outside of the VA because the government and the VA have some special circumstances. Do you feel like the projects you're working with, is there applicability outside of the government for a lot of this stuff? Or?
One of the things about open source is that the program and the code and the different aspects, they should be modular and they should be based on interoperability. So they're kind of like Legos. They should be able to fit.
Sure.
So something that may be applicable to the VA, if you will, if you look out far enough, there's going to be some connection there. So nobody needs to probably consume the entire Vista program. It's kind of like the CMS project. You don't need all of it. But if you can use a piece, then that's a piece that we do not have to pay to have redeveloped.
Right.
So it's a wise use of public resource.
No, that's terrific. So I guess, I'm interested in hearing about your role in GOSCON since we're at the 2010 Government Open Source Convention.
We started, we were at the first GOSCON in 2005. Okay. And they run a really good event out here, and they focus. What we found is the audience here has been more of it's West Coast and Northwest, and that's so different than most of the people we work with in DC. So it's important to get out and learn what the needs and the perceptions are of different part of the country. And also, they, like I said, they just run a really good event. There are always good speakers and there are always good people. And Portland's a great place to hang out. So we're
Just
here
makes
because
sense, I guess.
we're here because it's worth our time to be here.
Okay, that's
And
good to know.
I mean, that's what events are supposed to be about.
Mm-hmm. What are some of the other events that you like to attend in this realm? Or is this kind of
What?
it?
The problem is that you can't swing a dead cat without hitting an event in Washington. So we try to be more selective in what we do, and there's some that we go back to. I'm not going to name specifics because if you named one, then you would leave others out. So there are a lot of them, and it's kind of like we were talking about the program. You can find value in any program or any situation if you know what you're looking for.
Sure.
And you have some idea where you're going.
Sure. Well, John, thank you very much for spending the time and talking to us. And again, this is Nate DiNiro with Open Affairs Television. Thanks a lot.